All of a sudden, the biggest thing in electric cars is trucks, electric pickup trucks. Here's what's coming, who's making them, and why you'll wipe that sneer off your face and eventually want one. The world gawked recently as Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck, all fabulous and fragile.
Oh, am I find that on? Really? Okay.
With specs that promise to embarrass a 911 in a 0 to 60 drag race and outpull anything F-150 can offer, though Ford highly contests that. But long before the Cybertruck, a full year before, startup Rivian out of Plymouth, Michigan rolled out the highly impressive R1T. You could argue that really started the electric pickup truck madness. With up to 750 horse, 11,000 pounds of towing, a 3-second 0 to 60 time, and quad motor all-wheel drive. The R1T is a badass, and since then the company has won a commitment from Amazon to buy 100,000 electric delivery vehicles from Rivian, and Ford invested $500 million in the company. Coincidentally, Ford's got an all-electric F-150 coming soon, which they've recently showed pulling 1 million pounds worth of freight train. GM, of course, is going to bring back the name Hummer as the complete opposite of what it used to be, an unsophisticated, inelegant gas guzzler. Now it's going to be a brawny 400-mile range, pure electric pickup and sport utility vehicle. Even Nissan says they'll go electrified on the Titan, either with a plug-in hybrid version or a full battery electric. Can't lose, anything's better than the 1.5% market share that the Titan enjoys now. Then there are the startups like Lordstown. Their Endurance will have 4 in-wheel motors. Atlas's XT promises up to 500 miles of range and 15-minute charges. Hercules Alpha boasts 1,000 horsepower. Bollinger's niche aluminum B2 pickup has Defender aesthetics and a hell of a price. Then there's the Niccola Badger, using the other part of Tesla's name, which promises nearly 1,000 horse and nearly 1,000 pound-feet of torque, and all of that powered by a combination of battery and fuel cell. Wacky. Realize that all these trucks are promised in 2020 or 2021, not far from now, and you realize we've got the most bona fide red-hot tech trend since folding phones. But the big question on many of your minds right now, especially you truck drivers, is why? Here are 5 ways the electric truck guys are going to come at you strong. First, there's massive torque. Fun to have in a car, critical in a truck. It sells trucks. And electric powertrains do torque just by falling out of bed in the morning. We see the electric trucks that are coming have high 3-figure, even 4-figure horsepower and torque numbers like it's normal. True, discrete all-wheel drive. The electric trucks pretty much all use independent motors for each wheel. This is the holy grail of intelligent grip and power delivery to the ground. And that also means a bunch of kludgy BS like transfer cases, locking hubs, output shafts all go away. That's a good thing though, because you're going to need that weight and space savings to put the battery in. Job site power. All the electric trucks have big old batteries, of course. That can also turn into a job site power source. Run that through an inverter and you can get a 15, 20, 30 amp outlet built into the vehicle. And these truck makers know that that's a big deal because these vehicles, unlike cars, go to work. Mpg and Emissions. Now, even though full-size pickups have gotten substantially better in their fuel consumption and emissions output, they still are typically the laggards in a manufacturer's array of vehicles in those 2 key criteria. Every time they can move one of their current combustion truck buyers to an electric truck and keep them in the brand, that's a real good guy for that company's average fuel economy and emissions profile in an ever-tightening era. And finally, there's pricing. There are 2 arguments here. One school of thought says, since trucks are already relatively expensive, the average one's $51,000 sale price, it's easier to put the electric gear cost into that. It doesn't make it as much of a delta as it does on a $40,000 crossover. On the other hand, there's an argument that says, those trucks are already $51,000. How much more can you raise them? At some point, the electric pickup just exceeds the budget of all but a few well-heeled buyers. not even counting what could be a steeper depreciation rate of a still newish technology. Now, experience tells us about half, maybe more, of these new trucks will do poorly or maybe not even make it to the market. And if the whole sector has an Achilles heel, it might be range. Now, their range numbers look good compared to cars today. However, the potential truck buyer is often someone who thinks nothing of driving 50, 70 miles to work and the same distance back, and using the battery as a job site power source in between, and doing all of that in an area that may not have charging stations on every corner. Nonetheless, full-size pickups are the high limit room in the car maker casino. This is going to be fun to watch. Let's see who has the best bluff.